Hi, today we are reviewing the 40 Shades Ohuhu Acrylic Paint markers. We won't be just reviewing them, we'll also try them out on a coloring page, and I will be answering some FAQs regarding the markers and also showing you some of my things that I've painted using these bad boys. So without further ado, let's get started. This is the bag that the markers come in. The bag's nice and sturdy, and here's an unsolicited ASMR for you. You can easily carry the bag using the strap on the top, and this is how the marker looks. It has a nice firm body and the cap stops the markers from falling off the table. This is how fine the tip of the marker is. I think the best way to review anything is to test it. So I'll be coloring this coloring page that I've printed on a page of this A4 size coloring book. I forgot to shake the marker properly, which you're supposed to do by the way before using the markers. Therefore the color at the start was watery, patchy, and just uneven in the beginning, but it's on me. The next one was fun to fill in, and the colors were extremely aesthetic and cute, and I'm absolutely in love with how it turned out. The details were easy to fill in and there were no hassles whatsoever. For the last one, well, I have nothing to say except that I was just trying to use the colors I had not used yet. This is how the whole page turned out, and guess what? No bleeding. I thought, why not do the markers swatch test on this paper itself to see if it shows on the other side. I started absolutely with no planning, and then a couple swatches later I thought I should go color by color. So here are the blues, the purples, the greens, the oranges, the peaches, yellows, browns, pinks, grey, and finally white, and finally a yellow which I somehow missed. Don't ask me about it. Anyway, this is how the colors look. Some are metallics, some are neons, and some are just plain boring matte. Although I love the colors, so I won't call them boring. And again, no bleeds. So I got these markers on Amazon, and I've mentioned the link in the description if you want to check them out. Hi, this is the face behind the voice, here to answer some FAQs. Please note that I've been using these only for about 4 or 5 months now, so I have not tried everything yet, but I'll answer all of them to the best of my ability with the limited experience I have. So let's get started. So the first question is how to activate them. So the time you get your markers, their tips would be colorless, white, and you'll have to press the tip inside for about 6, 7, 8 seconds until you start seeing the color. You'll get an idea through this video. Additional information, you are given about 11 tips of these markers just in case you, I don't know, you ruin or break them. That's not yet happened to me, but as far as I know, it's very easy. You just have to remove the tip of the marker and insert the new one. So the next question is coloring over the markers with pencil possible? It is definitely possible, and I tried it here in this trial drawing that I did to show off the markers, and this is how it went. The next question is the white marker suitable over black paper, and what is the opacity? So I tied this to, I don't know if I can give you a certain percentage of the opacity, but it was pretty high. I would say above 90%, but see the results for yourself. Next question is, what is the opacity of the pens? As I mentioned, for the white one, all the other ones are also opaque. Sometimes if there's, say, a black line beneath them printed, then it does show through a little, but if you kind of color over it over 2 times or 3 times, then you can see the color and not the line. Also, another thing is fixing mistakes is so easy through this pens, because if there's a red beneath and I want to cover it with orange, no one will know that I did a mistake there. I have often colored the white marker on the black marker several times to kind of hide the black marker's mistake. So next question is, are the lines patchy like sketch pen? Now, one thing I would say is when I don't use the markers for a long time and then I start using them again, if I've not done this thing well, if I've not shook them well, terrible at English. If I've not shaken them well, it does come out like a watercolor and that can be patchy, but if you've shook them well, just try on a rough paper, and then when the acrylic color is like fluid and perfect, then you can do on your actual drawing. Although you don't need to do this every time, it's just when you have not used them for a long while. But the actual proper acrylic markers are not patchy at all. They are like smoothest possible markers that at least I have used. They are better than alcohol markers on paper. That I can say. Next is, are they waterproof? They are definitely waterproof. Are they permanent? Now, this is like a gray area. They are definitely permanent, but they are not scratch proof. If you try to scratch over it, it will definitely be ruined. Although on fabric, they pretty much stay. This is a fabric painting on one of my jackets. I painted as soon as I got the markers, so it's about 4 months old. It has been through 5 to 6 washes. It has faded. If you're looking forward to buy these markers only for fabric, I would not recommend them. As you notice, the tip is very fine, so the fabric sometimes gets, I don't know what to say, the threads start coming out. I've painted on these shoes using the same acrylic markers, so if you're looking forward to do something like this, go ahead. Okay, so are they good for beginners? I think they're definitely good for beginners. The next question is, can they be used on ceramic? The answer to that would be yes, because I've tried using them on a plant pot. Another demonstration which I thought would be helpful is how thin or thick lines you can get with one stroke. So that's it. I hope this video was somewhat informational, and if you have any further questions and if I know the answers to them, I would definitely love to answer them in the comment section. Also, I'm very new to YouTube, so any kind of support would be extremely helpful, and I'll see you soon. Bye.